So the Premier League is 25 years old. It can drink, drive, smoke and vote, but it's still a long way off retiring. Since its formation, the most successful team has been Manchester United, winning it a grand 13 times. In 1995, Liverpool legend Alan Hansen claimed that you'll never win anything with kids when talking about a Manchester United team that included young players such as Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Gary and Phil Neville and Nicky Butt. Hansen was proved wrong, of course, with Sir Alex Ferguson's young Red Devils lifting the Premier League trophy come May 1996. But what about now? Could you win the Premier League with kids? We've decided to put together a team of 11 players who are younger than the actual Premier League, meaning they must have been born after the 20th of February 1992, which is when the Premier League was officially founded. And to make things more interesting, we're only allowed to use one player from each Premier League club. In goal we've got Jordan Pickford. Representing Everton, it's the Premier League's rave aficionado and soon to be resident shot-stopper, having moved up the footballing ladder by swapping Sunderland for Everton. Young goalkeepers are hard to come by in a position dominated by the elder statesman of the game, so it was an easy choice to put the 23-year-old Pickford in between the sticks, born in March 1994, as Manchester United were on their way to winning their second Premier League trophy. At right back, it's Hector Bellerin. Born in Barcelona on the 19th of March 1995, little baby Bellerin knew nothing about the league he would call his home 20 years later, mainly because I don't think the first thing Spanish children are taught is the history of the Premier League, which was won by Blackburn just months after Bellerin's birth. Arsenal fans may have been worried that they weren't going to see much more of their Spanish bambino after being linked with a move to Barcelona, but the signing of Nelson Semedo has put that rumour to bed. Our first centre-back is Antonio Rudiger. Okay, I was pretty shocked to see that Chelsea's newest defender is actually younger than the Premier League, albeit by just over a year, having been born on the 3rd of March 1993. Rudiger was just 12 years old when Chelsea won their first Premier League with Roman Abramovich's millions and Jose Mourinho's management. Now at the age of 24, the German defender will be hoping he can help Chelsea win back-to-back Premier League crowns, as well as stopping their former manager Jose Mourinho in the process. He's alongside Nathan Ake. There's a Chelsea theme with our centre-backs, because Nathan Ake was actually a Chelsea player at the beginning of the summer. The 22-year-old has got out of the vicious Chelsea loan cycle though, making a permanent move to the south coast with Bournemouth for a club record £20 million, having spent half of the season on loan at the Vitality before Chelsea needed someone to sit on their bench and recalled him. To show how far Bournemouth have come, when the Premier League began in 1992, the Cherries were playing in the newly named Division 2, which was the third tier of English football. At left back it's Benjamin Mendy. Our Man City representative is the most expensive defender in the world right now, although he may not hold that record for long with the money that's been thrown around this summer. Born in July 1994, 23-year-old Mendy is one of the many defenders who have arrived at Eastlands to tighten up a leaky defence, with younger players replacing the ageing Gael Clichy, Alexander Kolarov, Bakary Sagna and Pablo Zabaleta. In the middle we've got James Ward-Prowse. A Southampton youth product who will probably look about 12 for the rest of his career, James Ward-Prowse was born in November 1994, making him 22 years old, despite having the facial features of a young boy. But where puberty failed him, his footballing genes did not, because Ward-Prowse's right foot is absolutely wicked. A dead ball specialist, the midfielder has already been capped by the England senior side. He's alongside Paul Pogba. There were so many Manchester United players we could have picked for this team. Jose Mourinho's squad is littered with players younger than the Premier League, such as Romelu Lukaku, Luke Shaw, Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford, but we decided to go with the leader of the Dab Nation, 24-year-old Paul Pogba. For a man that hates the Dab, I sure do talk about it a lot. Oh well, let's laugh at Pogba's hair, we haven't done that today. The former most expensive player in the world until Neymar decided he was sick of Barcelona, Pogba will need to raise his game this season if Manchester United are going to continue their overall dominance of the Premier League. Which is a weird sentence because they haven't even come close to winning it for years. Our third centre midfielder is Emre Can. It may be taboo, but a Liverpool player and a Man United player are going to have to work together in this team. Good job it's all fictional. German midfielder Emre Can was born in January 1994, making him 23 years old and just 2 years younger than the league in which he plies his trade. Can looks very much like a diamond in the rough, he just needs Jurgen Klopp to tap out every last drop of potential in him, and we saw the start of that last term when he scored the goal of the season with an incredible overhead kick against Watford. A young player who looks like he could be a real Rolls Royce of a midfielder. On the right wing we've got WILFRIED ZAHA. Crystal Palace's main man scrapes into our team, having been born just 9 months after the Premier League was founded, but we don't care, he's not a bad player to have in the 11. especially if he plays like he did last season. 24-year-old Zaha had the best year of his career, in a year in which he turned his back on England and decided to represent his native Ivory Coast, which hurts every time I see him glide past a despairing defender. On the left flank it's Demarai Gray. The real baby of this team, little Demarai Gray is only 21 years of age. By the time he was born, Man United had won the Premier League 3 times already, and we'd remarkably seen Blackburn win it ahead of the Red Devils. So much Premier League drama and the lad wasn't even alive. But despite that, Demarai Gray was part of the most incredible achievement in Premier League history, winning the title with Leicester City. And how did he celebrate? He nearly had his head ripped off by a helicopter. Not the sharpest tool in the box. And up front it's Harry Kane. When Kane was born on the 28th of July 1993, Alan Shearer had already scored 16 Premier League goals. By the time he retired in 2006, the Geordie hero had found the net 260 times in the Premier League. That's the target that Harry Kane has his sights on, as he continues to bang them in for Tottenham year after year, so far scoring 78 Premier League goals at the time of recording. Most people will be expecting the 24-year-old Harry Kane to win the Golden Boot yet again this season, as he looks to score the 183 goals required to surpass the great Alan Shearer's record. So that's our team of players younger than the Premier League. Let us know who'd be in your team in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and check out our newest channel, HITC 7s.